Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of the most offensive podcast ever. I'm Slimmy V, and today, in this beautiful, sunny, nice, warm afternoon, I am going to talk about taking responsibility for how you dress. This is kind of targeting more women. You know, our beautiful sisters, we gotta protect. And this is sort of like a taboo subject. All right, let me get right into it. Please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Now, you've heard from feminists, women activists, speak on women's sexuality, and that they should be able to dress how they want, go wherever they want, walk how they want, show skins in any particular way, and not get harassed, not get touched, not get raped, right? Don't listen to these women, because they're not in your best interest. They're not there next to you when you are getting harassed. Okay? In my opinion, I would say, look, first and foremost, right? You should be able to dress how you want, walk how you want, and not be able to be sexually harassed, touched, raped, or anything like that. That is 100%, 1000% fact. But we don't live in heaven. We live on earth. And being that we live on earth, there are sinners. There are people who don't know how to control themselves. Okay? And unfortunately, some women are going to be sexually harassed. Some women, unfortunately, are going to be raped. Some are going to be molested. Unfortunately, right? So, coming from me, coming from Slimmy V, I say to you today, on this beautiful, warm weather afternoon, dress appropriately. Dress appropriately means cover your cleavage, cover your legs, try not to show all that tightness, all that curves, and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people have evil thoughts. And people's minds right now are on sexual activity. This is how it is. This is the type of world we live in. Okay? God created men and women, all right? Men and women are different in a way where men are attracted to women and what they have. Okay? This is done so by nature. Okay? So the less you show, the more enticing you are to a man. That is not rocket science. And if you go to a bar, or if you go to a club at night, you are putting yourself in a position. I'm not gonna say you are asking to be touched, to be harassed, or anything like that. I am going to say it in the proper way. You are putting yourself in a position to be sexually harassed. No, men should not harass you. Men should not walk up to you and speak to you in a derogatory manner. No, they should not. Does it happen? It does happen, unfortunately. So now, I've said all this. See? Be careful at the time that you go. Ain't no young women should be dressed nearly half naked, dressed shorter than your belt, walking back from a club like at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, half drunk, gotta be careful, because you are putting yourself in danger. You're putting yourself in position to be sexually harassed. And I feel the need to say this because I do have beautiful nieces. And I love them dearly. And I want to protect them. I can't be around them 24/7 with my shank and these fists ready to fight off some pervert. But I could instill some knowledge into their heads so they make good sound judgment, good decision. And at some point, you gotta take responsibility for your action, right? You go to the club, let's just say, I would say don't. But if you go to the club and some dude wanna buy you a drink, just know that, wait a second, this dude buying me a drink might wanna put something in the drink, get me inebriated or just go to sleep, right? So you gotta be careful because I would say this, do not accept a drink from anybody. I would say this, do not drink alcohol. Am I boring? Yes, I am boring. And with me, you'll have a boring life, but you would have a safe life, right? I'm not saying to not go to the club, to not go partying, to not go dancing or anything like that. Be careful the time you go. Be careful with whom you go, your whole environment, because, you know, unless you're street smart, then you know what you're doing. But if you're not, you gotta really be careful, okay? Again, I am not saying to not go clubbing or partying like that. You do what you gotta do. But if you do, these are some of the things that you gotta be careful of, okay? Because if you do take alcohol from a man, yeah, he's buying you drinks and you don't want to pay for it or whatever, chances are he could be, you know, putting some Quaalude in that joint. So you might want to be careful about taking anything from anyone. That's what Slimmy V says. Now, because the way you're dressed maybe might, damn son, yo, she look mad good. Look at Shorty, yo, she's showing some curves. Look at those legs, woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, them cleavage, wow. Enough for like, whatever, I don't know. But yo, you really gotta be careful because there's a lot of predators out there. And being that we're coming from a pandemic, a lot of these wolves are hungry. And they wanna go clubbing. And they're going to wind up on you, you know. So you got to be careful how you dress, how you look, how you smile, how you interact with them, the drinks that you accept from them. You have to be careful. You know, the old saying, as Oprah says, you should be able to be naked and nobody should touch you or rape you or whatever, right? Again, in heaven, yes, true. But guess what? Reality is we live on earth where there are predators, where they have sinners. So all that stuff that Oprah said in the past goes out the window because that's not living reality. On earth, we have laws. These laws are meant to protect, okay? And the reason why we have laws and rules and regulations is to keep people from doing things that they're not supposed to do. Like, you just can't walk up to a woman and touch her thighs. You just can't do that. There are laws that says you can't do that, and if you do, you should alert the authorities so you could take care of that matter or nip it in the bud or tell them no, ASAP, you know? So there are laws because, you know, people will just go savagery. They will just go caveman. So these laws are there for a reason because, yeah, by nature, the human being is wild. Okay? So I'm telling you this with love. Okay? So unfortunately, you can't dress how you want because men are going to look. Some men are wilder than others. Some men will touch you. Some men will approach you, or even worse, rape you. So I do say this with love. I say this, in a way where you should protect yourself at all times. Know your environment. Know your friends. Know yourself. Know how much alcohol you can handle. Again, I'm saying don't drink. It's not really good for you. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna drink, know your limit. Don't go over your limit, because when you do drink, you are making a conscious decision to put yourself in a drunkardness, and you are putting yourself in position to get taken advantage of. You are doing that to yourself. So, and most of the time, if the man does take advantage of you, half of the time he's probably just as drunk as you, and both of y'all are responsible. So it won't just be him. It won't just because you said no. You know what I mean? So don't put yourself in those positions. Be careful. Be safe. Be sanctified. Try not to indulge yourself in these type of activities. Try not to dress in a very provocative way. Is it nice to look at beautiful women and how they dress? Yes, it's nice. Do it in a safe environment. You know what I mean? Do it in an environment where you have multiple women with you, where you have protection. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be by yourself or with two people. Make sure you know how to stand up for yourself. All right. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to teach you how not to be taken advantage of, because we do live in reality, and these fake women, whatever rights, want to tell you should be able to dress how you want. You should be able to be out there naked and they don't touch you. That's not reality. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I ain't got no more. If you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching or listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh give you rest. I'm out. Peace.